Hello and welcome back to another playthrough of Marvel Champions the card game. We are continuing on with our Sinister Motives expansion campaign. We are on scenario 5. This is the final scenario of the campaign, and we're going up against Venom Goblin. So we'll go ahead and read the little comic here. It says, "You finally decided to join me. I thought you'd be faster." "Shut it, Norman. I am so done with you right now." "Manners, young lady. Although I'd imagine you are exhausted. You've been through quite the ringer. Unfortunately for you, this is only the beginning." Venom's yelling, "And by the way, I should thank you for returning my experiment. The pieces I dissected are really nothing without the whole. You may have stopped Osborn before, but you won't stop us. We are Venom Goblin." So now he is Goblin with Venom. So using a device he completed during your slog through Oscorp, Norman Osborn finally twists the Venom symbiote to his will, binding with it the I don't know what that word, triumvirate of terror takes to the skies of New York City, dropping symbiotic goo on unsuspecting citizens, attempting to create the army he was previously denied. So we have all this set up already with all the counter decks set up. Alright. All the proper modular sets. So we'll get into it. We have Public Outcry is out again, and Smear Campaign is shuffled into the deck again. So we found out that you search the Sinister Assault modular set. So that basically is just the Sinister Six, which just has them all as minions in that modular. And then each minion with the same name as a villain name recorded on the last one standing section of the campaign log. Shuffle each of those minions into the encounter deck. So I wrote them all in the wrong section. They're supposed to be in the last one standing, but I wrote them under community service. But it's pretty much all of them except for Electro. So Goblin, Vulture, Scorpion, Craven, and Doc Ock. I had to shuffle all those minions into the encounter deck. So they're all in there. And then all the setup instructions. So we're going to have one threat there. We start with 2 on Midtown and 0 over on Upper Manhattan. So there's going to be 3 main schemes. So we'll go ahead and read this. It just says, put Lower Manhattan, up Midtown Manhattan, and Upper Manhattan main schemes into play, and place the glider counter on Midtown Manhattan and flip this card and set it aside. So this shows what to do. So player cards that affect the main scheme can apply to any main scheme. Counter cards that affect the main scheme only apply to the scheme with the glider counter, including the placing of acceleration tokens. Each main scheme accumulates threat each round according to its acceleration value and any acceleration tokens on that scheme. So we'll have that over there just as a reminder of what to do with these. So Midtown Manhattan is the main scheme to start. It starts with 2. With our reputation track, we are going to have to place an extra threat there. So it really starts with 3. Alright. And we're going to have to search for a minion and put the minion into play, engage with us. And that's all we have to do now. So we'll find a minion. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go with Enraged Symbiote. So scheme of 1, attack of 2, 2 health, guard and patrol. Not too bad. We'll go ahead and look at Venom Goblin 1, scheme of 2, attack of 2, and steady. So steady means he needs 2 stunned or confused statuses in order to stun or confuse him, pretty much. So Infest. So that happens whenever he schemes or attacks. After Venom Goblin activate against you, move the glider counter to the main scheme with the least threat. Choose to either place 2 threat on that main scheme or resolve its special ability. Every time he activates, we're going to have to put 2 threat on this. Move the counter to the lowest one and then put 2 threat on it, or do the special effects here. So place 1 threat on each scheme. If a symbiote environment is in play, place 1 additional threat on this scheme. So that's the special for Lower Manhattan. This one is take 2 indirect damage. If a symbiote environment is in play, take 1 additional indirect damage. And this one is discard 1 card from your hand. If a symbiote environment is in play, discard the top 4 cards of your deck. So the symbiote environments are the back of the cards. So once this gets to 10, it gets flipped over. This one has 12, and that one's 11. So once one of them's flipped, it has a when revealed ability, and if there are at least 2 symbiote environments in play, the players lose the game. So if there's 2 of them get flipped, we lose the game. So we'll go ahead and look at our Ghost Spider. Thwart of 1, attack 2, 3 defense, and the dizzying reflexes response. After you resolve an interrupt or responsibility on an event, ready Ghost Spider, limit once per phase. And we'll start as Gwen Stacy. She has a hand size of 5 on that side and 10 hit points. And Gwen Stacy is 3 recovery, and her action is to choose to either shuffle ticket to the multi-reverse from your discard pile into your deck, or ready George Stacy, limit once per round, hand size of 6 on this side. We have our hit points set to 10. We still have our gauntlets on the enhanced side. Hero action, exhaust propulsion gauntlet, and take 2 indirect damage to ready your hero. Your hero gets +1 thwart, +1 attack, and +1 defense until the end of the phase. So we'll draw our 6 cards. Get started. So we got Web Bracelet, Parental Guidance, Spider-Man, Hoppy Brown, Plan B, Skilled Strike, and George Stacy. So we'll start off by paying 2 to get out our Web Bracelet. It has a hero response. After you resolve an interrupt or responsibility on an event, exhaust Web Bracelet to draw 1 card. So we're paying 2 for that. We'll go ahead and flip over. Pay 1 to play George Stacy. So he's a support persona. Events attached to George Stacy may be played as if they're in your hand. You can exhaust George Stacy, attach 1 event from your hand face down here. So there's that. We will attack for 2 to take out the enraged symbiote. Oh, he goes over there, which will take 1 of these off of Public Outcry. We'll use our gauntlet to ready back up. We take 2 indirect damage, but we get +1 thwart, attack, and defense to the end of the phase. Then we will attack again, and this time we're going to use Skilled Strike. So when your hero makes a basic attack, he gets +2 attack for that attack. So it's going to be 2 + 1 from that and 2 from that. So 5 damage. Bringing Venom Goblin down to 11. And since that is an interrupt, we get to use her ability to ready. And we can also use the Web Bracelet to draw a card. We will exhaust George Stacy to attach this Return the Favor event to it. And then we'll go ahead, and we still have +1 attack, so we'll attack for 3. So Venom Goblin 1 is down to 8. We will ready back up and draw up to our hand size of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drawing Pirouette and Punch, Phantom Flip, Bait and Switch, and Energy. So they each will get 1 threat added there. He's going to attack, so after Venom Goblin activates against you, move the glider counter to the main scheme with the least threat. So he activates, he's attacking for 2. We're going to defend first of all. So it's 2 plus a boost card of 3. So we blocked 3, so we take 2 damage still. Go down to 6. Then we're going to pay 2 to do a Phantom Flip. So after she uses a basic power, remove 5 threat from a scheme. So we're paying 2 for that. We'll remove 4 from there. but it's already moved over because of that, and this would have gotten this special ability, or we could have added 2 threat, which we're going to add 2 threat. And then her ability, since we played an event, allows her to ready, and then we can use the web bracelet to draw a card, drawing another web bracelet. And we get our encounter card. And this, we're supposed to add an extra threat, but we removed 5 and there was only 4 on there, so it'd still be at 0. So the villain attacks you. So he's going to attack us. We'll actually just do that. Pirouette and punch. So when a card is revealed from the encounter deck, deal damage to the villain equal to 1 more than the number of boost icons on that card. Cancel that card's when revealed effects. So we'll deal 1 damage to him. Actually, I don't want to do that. We're going to let him attack us, because then that moves this back over here. 2 on there. He's attacking for 2. We'll defend again. Yeah, so we're going to defend again. 2 plus 2. So that's 1 damage. Down to 5. Then for our turn, we're going to pay 2 to get another web bracelet in play. We're going to use this to take 2 indirect damage. We'll go all the way down to 3 to ready up. And we're just going to flip over and recover for 3. Back up to 6. We will exhaust George Stacy to attach Pirouette and Punch to him, and then ready up and draw to our hand size of 6. So we got Ticket to the Multiverse, Web Binding, Skilled Strike, Silk, Return the Favor, and Young Love. 2 threat added here. He's going to scheme. So he activates against us. It's going to move to Lower Manhattan because that has the least amount of threat. And we will add 2 more threat to there. And then he'll scheme for 2. Plus, we got Hobgoblin. So he has Patrol and Villainous. And scheme of 1, attack of 2, 6 health. Force response after Hobgoblin attacks you. Take 2 indirect damage. No, actually, this is just the boost card, so he doesn't get revealed. So instead, it's scheme of 2 plus 3 boosts. Sorry about that. So that's 5. It's a lot. So it's our turn. We're going to get our encounter card, and it's an enraged symbiote. Attach web binding to George Stacy. Then we'll use her ability to ready George Stacy. Then we'll flip over to Ghost Spider. We're going to attack for 2 to take out the enraged symbiote. We will take 2 indirect damage, going down to 4 to ready Ghost Spider. And then we will attack for 2 plus 1 plus 2. So 5 damage to Venom Goblin. Bringing him down to 3. And then since we use Skilled Strike, we can ready. And then this is max 1 per event. So we have to play another event to do 2. So we'll use that to draw a card. Then we will go ahead and attack for 3. To take Venom Goblin down to 0. So that's phase 1 complete. So phase 2, scheme of 2, attack of 3. When revealed, deal 2 face down encounter guards to each player. He has steady and toughness. And claim the throne. Force response. At the venom goblin it activates against you, move the glider counter to the main scheme with the least threat and resolve its special ability. So now we have to do the special abilities on these cards. We don't have a choice anymore. And we'll go ahead and deal our 2 face down encounter cards. So we have 2 already. And he's at 18 hit points. We'll go ahead and pay 3 for a ticket to the multiverse. So remove ticket to the multiverse from the game, discard your hand, shuffle your discard pile into your deck, and draw up to your hand size and ready each Ghost Spider card you control. So that all gets shuffled in. This is a Ghost Spider card. I'm assuming she's a Ghost Spider card because she is Ghost Spider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Web binding, plan B, genius, what doesn't kill me and what doesn't kill me. And I will go ahead and attack to get rid of toughness. Then I will pay 2 for what doesn't kill me. So that's 2 physical and a heal 2 damage from your hero and ready your hero. So we're back up to 6 and then readied. And that is an event, so we get to use our bracelet to draw a card, drawing a ghost kick. And then we will attack again for 3, but she still has her +1 attack, down to 15. And we'll use Ghost Kick. So after Ghost Spider uses a basic power, deal 6 damage to an enemy. So after she attacked, 6 damage. So down to 9. And we can use our web bracelet to draw a card from the Ghost Kick. Drawing bait and switch. We'll ready everything up. We will draw up to our hand size. We are going to discard bait and switch. We'll keep web binding and draw 2, 3. So we drew return the favor, jump flip, bait and switch, and across the Spider-Verse. We'll get 2 threat added there because that's 1 + 1, and then just 1 on each of these. So that goes up to 11, so that is going to trigger. So when it is revealed, move the glider counter and each acceleration token from here to the main scheme with the least threat. So that's going to be this one. And then if another one flips over, we're going to lose. Let's hope that doesn't happen. So we're going to use this web binding with these 2 resources. So that's going to be our mental. So when an enemy would activate, cancel that activation. So we canceled him attacking us. We are going to get another encounter card dealt to us. We have that ready. So the first one is, while there is no other symbiote environments in play, this card is considered a symbiote environment. Alright, so there is another one, so it's not. So it has an acceleration icon, and it starts with 5 threat on it. So we don't lose because it's not considered a symbiote environment. But Surge, and when revealed, the special ability of the scheme with resolve the special ability. So that one has it. It would discard a card. Do I want to stop that? No, that's fine. So it's going to surge, and then we're going to have to discard one card from our hand and discard the top 4 cards of our deck. Okay, so from our hand, we're going to discard Jump Flip, and then top 4 cards of our deck are discarded. And it surged into that, so give the villain 1 face down boost card. And surge again. Attached to the villain. So he has plus a boost, I think that means. And I can spend 1 of each resource to discard this card. That's attached to him. And concussive bombs. Attached to the villain. Uses 2 bomb counters. And force response. After the villain attacks you, remove 1 bomb counter from here. Exhaust 1 upgrade and 1 support you control. We'll just put his upgrades up here actually. Okay, so it is our turn. I will use Return the Favor. So discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you discard a treachery, reveal that treachery, and deal 5 damage to the villain. So it's going to bring him down to 4. And we gotta discard cards until we get a treachery, which is that one. And we're gonna pay 2 to use Pirouette and Punch. So when a card is revealed from the encounter deck, deal damage to the villain equal to 1 more than the number of boost icons and cancel its when revealed effect. So it's gonna deal 2 damage and cancel its effect, bring him down to 2, and then we can attack him for 2. Alright, so that is a playthrough of Venom Goblin on standard mode using Ghost Spider. I was able to defeat him. He did get 1 of these flipped over, but he didn't get a second one, so we are good. So we'll go through what happens here. So victory, you win the campaign. So we're going to use the conditions section of the reputation track to calculate our total reputation value. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then in the final reputation score section of the campaign log, record a value equal to the number of nodes marked on your reputation track. The higher the score, the better you did. So I will go ahead and figure that out. Alright, so we got 3 for that round. So it brings our total, you can't really see it too well, but it's at 19 because 20 is right there. So it's 1 below 20. So our final reputation score here on our campaign log is 19. Alright. We'll go ahead and read this comic real quick to end the campaign. Go easy on Eddie Brock. He did help us after all. Yes, but that doesn't erase everything else he's done. And Brock's gonna want that back, you know. And he won't need it where he's going. Leave this to me, kid. I'm good at what I do. Besides, it's late. Don't you two have curfews or something? So he swings in and gets home, and thank goodness you're finally home. And then she says something in Spanish. I don't know Spanish, so I'm not even going to try to read that. We were so worried about you. So he's home, and that's it for the campaign. So that's the campaign log that comes in the book. I printed mine out just because I didn't want to write in here and ruin this page, because then you can only do it 1 time, and I'm going to be doing this more than once. So, but that is it. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and have a great day.